dark blue velvet gown, trimmed in gold lace, and a marvellous rope of pearls that Catriona knew had belonged to her great-grandmother. Her lovely dark hair was mostly hidden beneath a blue and gold cap. "Your father and I wish to speak with ye before our guests arrive. Please come directly to our apartments when you are dressed." "Yes, Mamma," said Catriona demurely as the door closed behind her mother. Automatically she let Ellen dress her, all the while wondering what her parents wanted. She was their only daughter, having an older brother, Jemmy, 18, and 3 younger brothers. Colin was 12, and the twins, Charlie and Hughie, were 10. Her parents had always been so involved with each other that the raising of their children had been left mostly to nursemaids and tutors. She had had to plan her own life from practically the very beginning. It would have been different had her great-grandmother lived. She knew that. Tutors had been hired for Jemmy, but no one thought to teach Catriona how to read and write until she forced herself into Jemmy's lessons. When the startled tutor told her parents that their daughter learned faster than their heir, she was allowed to stay. Consequently, she had been educated as a boy was, but only until Jemmy went away to school. After that, it had been up to her. She had insisted that her parents hire a tutor who was fluent in French, so she might command that language, and she saw to it that the young man employed by her family also spoke Italian, Spanish, and German. Considering how thoroughly educated both her parents had been, there was no excuse for their neglect. 20 years after their marriage, Heather and James Hay were more in love than ever. The neglect of their offspring was innocent, a matter of thoughtlessness. The children were well-fed, well-clothed, and well-housed. It did not occur to the young master of Greyhaven or his wife that their children needed more than these essentials. The boys had felt secure in the warm love of their nurses, but their daughter had needed more. Ellen Moore Leslie knew it and did her best. But Cat Hay grew up spoiled and wilful, with nobody to check her. Standing in front of her pier-glass, the girl studied herself. Tonight she would meet her betrothed for the first time in several years. He was 24 and had been to the university in Aberdeen. He had also been to Paris, travelled extensively in Europe, and spent time at Queen Bess's court in England. He was handsome, assured, and well-spoken, she knew. He was also about to sustain what she hoped was a severe shock to his ego. She smoothed the forest green velvet of her gown and, smiling, went off to see her parents. To her surprise, her oldest brother was there too. Her father cleared his throat. "It was," he said gravely, "always planned that ye marry Glenkirk sometime after your 16th birthday. However, with the untimely death of the 3rd Earl last summer, and young Patrick's investiture as 4th Earl of Glenkirk, it has been decided that your marriage will be celebrated at 12th night." Astounded, she looked at him. "Who decided, father?" "The Earl and I." "Without asking me?" Her voice was angry. "Asking you? Why, daughter, ye were betrothed 11 years ago. The marriage has always been a fact." James Hay sounded annoyed. His daughter irritated him. She always had. She was not the soft, gentle creature his wife was. "He might have told me the new circumstances, and then asked if I minded being wed a full year in advance," she shouted at him. "I don't want to be married now, and you've wasted your time entirely, for I hae no intention of wedding Patrick Leslie at all." "Why ever not, dearest?" asked Heather. "He's such a fine young man. And you'll be a countess." "He's a rutting bull, dearest Mamma. Since Uncle Patrick was thrown from his..."